Welcome back, guys, to the customized Marvel Legends action figures hour. This is Graig, Weich, comic book artist, writer, and director from BeyondComics.tv, and I have just finished customizing this figure. Right now, let me tell you how I did it and what the techniques used. But first, let me just point out that the new figure with this awesome red outfit with the little highlights of blue and gold does not come with this head. This head is from the original Captain Marvel action figure, okay? With the blue outfit with the little highlights of red, basically the inverted colors. And what I did is I had to paint it and Dremel it to make it fit this body, the head. And I painted the red and the flesh tone to try to match the flesh tone with this as well. Here are some of the paints that I used to do it. So for the red, this was the perfect color. So take a screenshot of that, everybody, by Liquitex acrylic paint. Okay, and this crimson really matched quite well. I added a little touch of brown for shading in it. Okay, and this is the brown that I used over here. Okay, raw umber. And then I kind of first painted a layer of red on here, and after I did that, and I very carefully painted it, then I added little highlights of the brown and red mix. If I go really close, you could see it, but in person it's almost undetectable. So again, when you're looking here, you can't even tell. But this was more orange. So this was an orangey red, almost like the orangey reddish stripes on the Batmobile from the 1966 TV show. So it did not match this red of the body. And then to match the skin tone, as you can see, her skin tone is much lighter. This was more of an almost like a grayish tan color. So I repainted the flesh tone very carefully, which was not easy, and came fairly close to the flesh tone that she has right here. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And I used this paint over here, which is the Liquitex acrylic. I could not paint this level of fine detail with the camera. No matter what I did, in order to get that close, the camera would be blocking where I need to look. So and even when the camera was here, you couldn't see it, so it was kind of pointless to film it. I even have a tripod, and I could not get that done properly without making terrible mistakes or the kind of line work that you need to paint something that small. Just to give you guys an indication of how tiny I had to paint this. So again, when you zoom in on the camera, it's like, oh, what's the problem? You could paint this, but that was really hard to get it as neat as I was able to, all things considered. Again, when you're looking at it full size here, you can't tell at all, but up close you can see it's not flawless, but pretty damn good, right? And again, the skin tone that I painted here almost matches the neck close. And now the big part was getting the head to attach. That was very challenging, but let me show you how I did that. Hold on one second, and as you can see, it pops right off. And the lucky thing about this head, okay, it really turned out to be really great luck. But if you look here, this is the head that came with the Infinity Saga exclusive Captain Marvel and Rescue Armor female Iron Man over here, which they used to call back in the day Iron Maiden, not to be confused with the Iron Maiden comic book action figure, unrelated to Marvel. But this is a great figure here with interchangeable heads and stuff like that. And it comes with her. It's a 2-pack. It's the only way to get her in this outfit. But the thing is that if you look inside the hole, the peg here is very deep, up almost to the top of the head. Okay, so when you pop on her head, okay, over here, let me just pop, you can see that it's proportioned quite nicely. The problem is that the hole inside here only came up to about here. instead of up there like this one. So that's as deep as it was able to go. I could not fit the head on any deeper. So what I had to do was take a Dremel tool. For those of you, just Google Dremel tool if you haven't used it, if you're new to the channel or anything like that. But it's basically a little Dremel tool, and I held this very carefully with pliers, and I dremeled right into the hole as deep as I could, very slowly, and then with the little tweezers and pliers picked out the excess rubber, or this kind of plastic rubber. It melts very quickly with the speed of it spinning around to make the hole, and you have to kind of pull it out, or it gets kind of like sticky tarry. But once I did that, I just kind of eyed it up, honestly, and I did it just right, perfectly. So watch this. Boom! Did you hear that little click? And it just fits perfectly. I almost passed out. I was like, yes! Yes! I did it! I was so excited. It's like this is my meditation, guys, okay? So aside from this being, kind of my business as a comic book artist, writer, and, toy maker and all this kind of stuff, doing this kind of customs and doing these customs, it's always great, wonderful work, and helps me with, my own original creations as well, in regards to practicing painting and things like that, and comparing and making sure everything I do is different and not too similar and stuff like that. You got to be really careful these days with that type of stuff. So, I've always tried to, make my own original stuff as unique as possible. But I love doing this stuff, and it's like my meditation, just to be able to relax and paint and pop this right in. It clears my head and resets me for work. And it gets me in the right kind of mindset and inspired mood to start doing what I do. So it was just such great luck that it popped in and clicked in versus, just floating around. If you guys try it and there's too much space, you could use a little hot glue gun inside the hole of the neck, and then pop it on, let it dry, put it in the freezer real quick for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you'll have like a pretty nice fit. It's going to be pretty decent. But this is so awesome that it worked. Boom. Here we go. Check it out, everybody. Hope you enjoy it. And that is the customized Captain Marvel action figure, which we kind of should call Captain Marvel to some extent, because Shazam, his actual name is Captain Marvel, but they had a whole legal lawsuit for the name, and it ended up going to Marvel, away from Fawcett Comics, which then took over. I believe it was then DC Comics now owns Shazam, but Shazam is really the thing he shouts to become Captain Marvel, which is totally unrelated to this Captain Marvel. The little history there in comics for you guys. Anyway, this has been comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. Make sure to follow and subscribe. I really would appreciate a thumbs up. It comes with this awesome little Hulk Infinity Stone glove, which is kind of cool over here. And I hope you guys like the custom paint job that I did here, and kind of combining the old Captain Marvel figure from the original movie to this one over here. So it's kind of been exciting to put this together. I also want to do this for the Hot Toys 1/6 scale 12-inch figure when it comes out. So I'm preparing for that as well. I got the head already, just waiting to get the new body outfit, and then I'll try to put it together like I did with this. And again, just so you can see how this really looks, that's the proper lighting to see what it really looks like, and you can see it matches pretty good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been fun. As they say in comic books, to be continued.